everyone, thanks for tuning into Sin's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, we're entering a new month. So what does that mean? That means a new TBR pile. I'm just looking at the pile I have over here, and it wasn't even enough for me. It's not it was too much for me to hold, and well, much better. It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's get into it. First, I'm switching things up a little bit. I know I usually read like the arcs that I get from publishers as my 30-day page read. But once you see how chunky this lovely is, you'll understand why I'm switching up. I loved the first book in the series, Prairie of the Orange Tree. Loved it. And you know what? That's the book that started me on doing 30-page-a-day reads. And considering how big this lovely thing is, we're going to be reading this one 30 pages a day this month, because that's a chunky book, and I love Samantha Shannon, so that's just what we're doing. This is going to be my 30-day page read. The first book took me, I think, 20 or 22 days. I can't remember. So this one will probably take me a chunk of the month to read if I only do 30 pages a day. So that's why I switched up. And that's why this is going to be my 30-page-a-day read. Now, on to book clubs. Plural. First, for my book club, Read with Sin's Workshop, we are going to be reading Water Moon. If you want to join me in reading this and all the virtual chats that we have this month, I will include a link in the description to the book club app. You can also join me on Storygraph with the read along and on my Discord server. So links to all of that will be in the description. So Water Moon, and this is my beautiful Owl Crate edition. So Barnes & Noble Sunset, the young adult book club, remember? So my store in Fort Lauderdale decided, let's do our own. So what are we doing? We're going to be doing a sci-fi and fantasy. First up is The Poppy War. This is what everyone voted on. Let me just tell you, I'm already, in one day, I read 200 and, how many pages? 219 pages. That's what I read. Is good. So if you want to join me and the rest of the book club in store, we will be meeting June 1st. It's going to be the first Sunday of the month, so you have plenty of time to devour and take notes on this beautiful baby, and let me tell you, it is good. So I'm looking forward to discussing it so far. Alright, my store also has a Kiss and Tell romance book club hosted by my best friend. And ta-da! This is my Fairy Loot edition of Blood of Hercules. This is the book that won the vote. So we're going to be reading Blood of Hercules. It's a romantasy, and honestly, I am so here for it. I hear mixed things about this book, but I don't really read reviews before I read books. It's just something I've heard through the grapevine, like, oh, mixed reviews. So I've heard that there's mixed reviews of this book. I cannot wait to read it myself and see if this purchase was worth it. Although I usually tend to trust Fairy Loot with my life, but that's when it comes to their monthly subscription boxes, not one-off. So we'll see. We shall see. All right, what's next? Big pile. Told you. Oh, as you all know, I read to my kid every night. Well, not every night. There's a couple nights where sometimes he has sleepovers, and then other nights where I work nights. So by the time I get home, he's already in bed. So we finished Del Toro Shadowlands, so we are going to do Dragons of Del Toro now. This is the third arc in the Del Toro series. This is the first book, Dragon's Nest, and I read him 1 to 2 chapters a night. You can see my cat got to it ages ago. I'm so mad about that. I can't even remember what cat. But this is the first book that I will be reading to him. And then the second book. We usually read 1 to 2 chapters a night. If he's been an especially good boy doing his homework and everything, then I tend to read him 2 chapters, especially when I need to like get him to really calm down, because he, usually within 15 minutes of me reading to him, he is out. So we're going to follow that up with Shadowgate, which is book 2. All right. Weekly reads. Let me just pull this little table over here closer to me. It's a big pile. Big pile. As you all know, I do tend to audiobook some of my books. Just because I tend to get a little overwhelmed and I want to read as fast as possible. Because I get overwhelmed by the number of books I have. So some of these books in this file I will probably end up audiobooking. Not because of anything, but just because of my anxiety. And sometimes I sit in bed and I'm just like, I have so many books, I have so many books, I have so many books. And I freak myself out. Because I love to read. So we'll see. We are going to start the month off with book 4 of Life As We Knew It series. This is the final book in the series. I absolutely love the series. I did already start it, as you can see. I'm already kind of here. So I did start this one just the other day. So this is book 4, The Shade of the Moon. I finally got my hands on To the Nines. This is book 3 of the 9 series. The first 2 were arcs given to me by the publisher. So I'm really excited. So I went ahead and I just bought book 3 because after the ending of book 2, I'm like, I need to see what's going to happen next. So really looking forward to see what's going to happen here. Okay. These are all my weekly reads, by the way, in case I haven't made that clear. Love at Second Sight. This was an arc given to me by the publisher, so I'm really trying to prioritize a lot of my arcs. Sunrise on the Reaping, because I hear nothing but good things. Nothing but good things. And I loved Ballad, and I love the Hunger Games series, so I'm super excited to read this one. Another arc from the publisher, Dead Stream. On my TBR for ages, part of the Sun Warrior. I love Sulantan. I just finished reading Immortal for my book club. So good. So good. Love it. Love it. Love it. The Iron Sword by Julie Kagawa. I really loved the first book. So I'm really looking forward to, and this is my Fairy Loot edition, by the way. No, I don't have the Fairy Loots of the original series, of the Iron Fae series. I wish. Whee! I tried. I did. I entered giveaways and everything. But, here we go. The Iron Sword. And I'm going to follow that up with The Iron Vow. This is the 3rd and final book, I think, in the Evanfall trilogy. So, again, with the Fairy Loot. Alright, after that, the goal is to read Atalanta. Because I love Jennifer Saint so much. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then another book that's been on my TBR for ages, The Ballad of Never After. You know, I'm not one of those people who waits for a series to be over before I start reading it. I just read them. But I don't have as much time as I used to. Mom, full-time job, kids, to read. Although I still read like 14 books a month. But still, I buy books faster than I can read. And I make no apologies. Books make me happy. Books are my happy place. I do own... So I missed the Fairy Loot version of this book. I have the Fairy Loot of book 1, I have the Fairy Loot of book 2, but I did manage to snag the UK cover off of Book Depository back when it used to exist. But I chose to read the Barnes & Noble exclusive ones because the other ones are too pretty to touch, and that's just, I have multiple copies, you know, why not? Why not? But this one is signed, so very happy about that. And then, as with every month, my goal is to end the month with Sailor Moon! Woo! So I love Sailor Moon so much. And reading these is just, it gives me a deeper appreciation for the original, which is super campy on rewatches, especially since they redubbed it and they went really, really literal with the dubbing. You know, I think some allowances could have been made. And a new, like, a deeper appreciation of the new anime that was released, because it's phenomenal. I think I said this before. I was sobbing by the end of Cosmos. I was literally sobbing. So yeah, that is my, once again, ginormous pile. I mean, I tend to read like 13, 14 books a month lately. So, that's like, how many was that? Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so I'll hopefully get to read a huge chunk of them. So there's that at least. I'm really happy about that. So, wish me luck. In any case, thank you all for tuning in to my May TBR. Sorry, sometimes I get confused with months and time. Time is like an illusion. So, thanks again for tuning in to my May TBR video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your book loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.